I sit down with my doctor, and my doctor sits down and takes about 5 minutes to talk to me and 10 minutes to type up all the notes. It's the same thing. Anybody in any field that's got any kind of accountability, you're going to take time to do that paperwork. But how many times have guys left the job and what's the model number of that machine, and they got to drive back out to get it because they need to know the tonnage or they need to know a model to order a part or whatever. It's like, so it's these things are, they're critical. You gotta do the job right. Otherwise, it just leads to other problems down the road. So, there's no free lunch with us. It's just a matter of what we did is we took the piece of it that was the hardest for the technician to do and the most tedious. And if you think about techs in general are typically technicians because they didn't wanna be a writer. They don't wanna sit down and write an English paper every day. Yet that's on every job what they have to do. It's the least favorite part of the job. And so we wanted to focus on that first. And I think that's should pay us dividends. And it's 95% of the way there. It's not perfect by any means yet. You still got to review the data. So you got to change this here from 13 to 17 because we can't determine that from the model number. It's a whole hell of a lot better than having to type in the entire model number, the entire serial number, and all the other data that goes with it. It saves a tremendous amount of time. And even at 95% accurate, I would say it's probably 50% more accurate than a typical technician is primarily because of error because of omission. And that's part of the reason we had default settings in Measure Quick was because we're like, they aren't doing this, they aren't doing that.
Nobody's
Let's just put a target superheat of 10 in, target subcooling of 10 in because those are safe numbers. Let's
better than
just set it
nothing.
up for 410A because that's the most popular refrigerant. Let's just set it up for default half an inch of static pressure because people aren't reading the labels and that's the most typical value. Now it's a wild west out there. We're seeing static pressures like fans that could go over an inch now. Bosch is at 8/10 of an inch. Some air handlers are 3/10 of an inch. Some are still to half an inch. So it's like they're all over the place. So the better data that we can get in, like I said, the better diagnostics we can get out.